there's humanity that you don't get off a video, off of a YouTube video, that you get in person. There are smells, there are sounds that you don't read, that you don't pick up. Minute body language. There's so much that doesn't translate into video.
But I think it's really important to pull the most that you can out of them and encourage them to be better performers and find better performers and search for performers that connect with the audience. I mean, I've been at shows where I'm so engaged in it, my waiter's asking me if I want food and I'm not even hearing him because I'm just like, what the hell is happening on stage? And then all of a sudden I'm like, come back, because I'm so engaged in what's happening. Can every act do that? Maybe not, but I think it's important that you look for stuff that does.
This is only my opinion, and everyone else can disagree with me. But to me, the best live performances are a controlled anarchy, when it's like, because that's why I love punk stuff. And it's weird because I'm in my blue sweater and my Mr. Rogers outfit. But the shows I've seen, like I remember back in the day, I saw Fishbone. You remember Fishbone? They had all these brass instruments, and at any moment in time, they would just throw them behind them, straight up in the air, and somebody backstage behind a curtain would catch them. And then Angelo, I think it's Angelo Dundee, I think is the lead singer, he would just jump in the audience and sing while body surfing, and then jump back on the stage. And some of it was planned, some of it wasn't. And it's just that controlled anarchy. That's why I've always loved, that's why I think I love novelty tricks, because even if, no matter how good of a novelty trick person you are, you can drop stuff and there might be some anarchy. Something can fly off and you save it at the last minute, you know? And that's why I like comics and performers that will go off topic of whatever they're saying if something weird is happening. To me, I love controlled anarchy. I think that's it.
I watch myself do it. I don't see it. I watch myself do it, and I measure how well I'm doing by the clapping and the sounds of the audience. And one common factor I found with all the superhumans that I've interviewed is that they all watch themselves do it. They don't see it from their perspective. They watch it from a protoception, from a different area, and they watch it happen. And I think that gets rid of the translations in your minds. Like if you're thinking, oh, this is what I want to do, and then your mind goes, no, that's not going to work, and all these things get in the way, and it doesn't come out like you want it to happen. I just watch myself do it, and it happens immediately. I'm kind of not there in a sense, and I make my choices by the reactions from the crowd, what I'm going to do next.
Cool.
Is that what you were talking about?
I don't know.
I think that there's never a substitute for what happens live in interaction with a person, because it's something that's palpable. It's something that you feel energetically. You don't get the same thing off of a video. I mean, it's like everyone now, it's like in here, you know, in these little screens, and yeah, it's unparalleled as far as like knowledge and information and getting to see all these different acts and performers and everything like that. But I think that there's going to be a counter activity or counterbalance to all of this. This is going to make the real interaction so much more important, I hope. You know, maybe that's what happens as reaction to everyone being in these little screens. I think live entertainment is going to become more important. I think it's going to be more important that it's a very dynamic and visceral experience that you feel.
There's an acting story about a guy who got his first line in a show, and he looks at his lines and methinks I hear a cannon, methinks I hear a cannon, methinks I hear a cannon, and he's on a train and he's going and he's saying it so many different ways, and he's looking in the mirror and he's saying it, methinks I hear a cannon. I mean, and he goes there and he goes, and he gets on the set and they're going, we're going right to your scene, go on up there. He goes, wait a minute, are you sure? They take his script, they go, and action. All of a sudden, boom! And he's going, what the fuck was that? So it's like, that's what I was saying earlier about the given circumstances.
Yeah, the same way that when I play ping pong, I don't think about, oh, this guy's hitting it faster, or this person's hitting it slower, or whatever their skill level is. Like, I'm gonna basically do the same thing that might be, you know, tweaked subconsciously, but I'm not like, okay, now move the arm. Like, so the same way when I come in front of an audience, if they're more responsive, then I'll be like, oh, maybe part of me will perk up and be like, now this, now this, now this. but it's not super methodical of like, now I shall do this. I don't think shall at all.
With a stand-up, you can see a stand-up perform and you can't capture the intimacy, the immediacy, potentially the danger, the risk that's going on. You hear a joke that stand-up delivers and you don't realize that that was in response to something that happened in the audience because they edited it out, and you don't realize how immediate that was. Or you don't realize that this is at the tail end of a rift, or it's coming back to some callback because all of that got edited. And on the other hand, you hear a really tight set with just joke after joke, and you don't realize that that's edited too. And actually, that was 2 hours with an hour and a half of filler and 30 minutes of gold, and all you hear is the gold. Sorry, the gold. Gold.
Yeah, one that I saw years ago in Minneapolis was a children's theater production of Beatrix Potter, and they had the costumes were these walkabout costumes that looked exactly like the pictures in the book. And that was just like so cool and inspirational, and I wanted to, even though I wasn't doing costuming then, I wanted to go backstage and see what was behind the magic. So when something could so completely put you in the story and at the same time want to know what's behind it, I think that's really cool.
Look at me. I'm here. Look at my mental illness in the face.